This is a random pop-up live. Hold on. I know the lighting is bad because it's late, but hold tight. What is this here? Hold on. Oh, okay. I just want to hop on here because, hold on, let me see. What did that do? What did this do? This lighting? Ooh, okay, it's better. Some lighting. I wanted to hop on here random because something, I guess you call it an epiphany that I just had that I just wanted to share. Because I said somebody, one of y'all, whoever you are, if you hop on this right quick, you might be going through this. What triggered this though is basically this. No, let me start here. I heard this. I heard you right where you need to be. I don't know. I was just hearing this. You right where you need to be. You not late for nothing. And just get that through your head. Just know that what's for you, it didn't pass you by. I was hearing all that. You right where you need to be. Just chill out and just let go of frustration. It's all good. It's all good. And everything is working out in divine order. And you just got to trust that, you know. Trust that and just know that. I think what triggered that is this. So my butt overslept. I overslept, so I didn't get up to go do no lift until about 10 o'clock at night. No, it might have been later than that, 10 or 11. Excuse me. It was about 10 and 11 o'clock at night, y'all, when I got up to go do a little driving tonight. It might have even been a little bit later than that, but what happened was I was so frustrated, so I got up and got out here. Because I said, damn it, I'm going to start a little earlier. But I had to get up off of that. Let me tell you why. Because God revealed this to me. And that's why I said maybe one of y'all need to hear this. He said, you know, the ego is real. Your ego personality is real funny. It'll have you thinking you need to be somewhere else doing something different. And it always try to keep you out of being present in the present moment. And just, just in the present moment and find some way to, what they say, find pockets of joy in the moment, even if it ain't what your ego wants you to be doing for whatever reason. And just know it's a rhyme and a reason for everything. Ain't nothing just happening just to be happening. Ain't no such thing as no coincidence. So anyway, I think what triggered this is this. So I overslept, get out here trying to do a little lift, and it's like 11 or something at night. And then what he brought to my attention and reminded me of was this. So it was a few times this summer where I had I forgot what I would have rather been doing at the time, but for whatever reason I was out doing lift late like this, late. So now it's 4 in the morning. Like I said, I didn't start driving till like 11 or something tonight because I overslept. But the frustration behind it and what I kind of started to hear was like, look, you always where you supposed to be at all times. Everything is divinely orchestrated. It ain't no such thing as, you let go of that frustration. That's your ego personality tricking you and frustrating you, and just let that go, because you always right where you need to be at all times. You ain't missing nothing. What you need to be doing in the present moment is what you need to be doing. So he brought that to my attention because it was a few times this summer where I don't remember why I didn't want to be doing Lyft at the time that I was doing it, but it was in the wee hours of the morning. And he reminded me, he said, I think I was wanting to be recording or something and just focusing and pouring more energy into doing, this channel and some other passion projects that I was wanting to work on, but for whatever reason, I was torn, and then I just decided to go ahead and drive, and it was late at night. He said, so now, you remember them couple nights when you went on ahead and did that? Do y'all know it was a time this summer that I had drove across a man in the middle of the night? He was walking on the highway. He had an all black, well-dressed white man, and there wasn't no car in sight. And it just looked real weird to me. I would think I was on my way to pick up some people from the rave or something, right? And so I came across that dude. It was like 3 in the morning. I ended up calling the cops. I called the cops because I said, look, I don't know. It looked suspicious. It looked weird. I would rather just call and say something than not say something. And he was really trying to do something to harm himself. God let that flash back in my mind that I came across that dude. It was another man, kind of middle-aged, maybe in his 30s or 40s, a Hispanic man. Another time that I was driving in the middle of the night, and I didn't really want to be driving in the middle of the night. I wanted to be doing something else. But he brought that to my attention how where, okay, it was a Hispanic man that I came across at a weird time of the night driving Lyft when I didn't really want to be driving, but I mean, I just went on ahead and did it. And I came across this Hispanic, decent looking Hispanic man. He was like maybe in his 30s or 40s. He was on this bridge on the 35th or either the 27th Street bridge, only with pants on, no shirt, no shoes, no socks. And his hair was cut. He was groomed, and he was sitting on the curb on this bridge where, okay, and he was rubbing his forehead, and he just looked like something was stressing him the hell out. But it was odd looking to me. It wasn't like no average. Okay, you know how a panhandler and something look. They can look pretty. They can be a little bit dirty sometimes or whatever. This dude looked like it was something wrong. It was something else going on. Long story short, I ended up calling the police about that because I thought he looked too clean cut and too decent looking to be on that bridge looking like that. And I thought, I hope this man ain't finna jump. So I ended up calling 911 behind that. Now, mind you, these are two incidences that I called 911 because it looked weird. I don't know whatever came about in those situations, but I thought I don't want to ignore something for whatever reason. God let these weird circumstances and me cross these people's path. So I did what I thought the only thing that I could do was just call the cops and let them do a wellness check, a welfare check on these people. I just gave them the location, told them what they had on, because they looked strange. Like, why was that man walking on a highway and there wasn't no car in sight? What was wrong with him? And this is way in the early morning. And so God brought those two incidences back to me. And it was one other one. It was a black lady in the middle of the street, and her car door was swung open middle of the night. And I didn't really want to be driving, but for whatever reason, I just was pulled to go ahead and be driving like weird hours. And like this lady, she was like talking to kids and she was hallucinating. And I thought, what the fuck? I ain't never seen nothing that crazy. And I thought, she don't look like she need to be acting like that. Maybe somebody slipped or something. This was like around a little bit later than bar closing. So he just brought these little incidences back to my attention about how sometimes your egoic personality wants you to be doing something else that'll be more satisfying to your ego. Whether it's at the time I didn't really want to be doing Lyft in the middle of the night. I wanted to just go and do whatever I wanted to do, whatever it was. I can't really recall. But the fact that I went on ahead and just listened to that pool and just went on ahead and did it, he said, okay, so it was the few people you came across, those people you might have been a part of saving their life potentially, or getting the emergency response to go and check on them to keep them from doing something to harm themselves. So don't you think that's more important than sometimes going to the left or to the right or doing something else with your ego personality that would soothe it? It was something else that I wanted to be doing other than that. He said, so sometimes I'll make you take a detour and have you do something else different. But it ain't that the time is being wasted. It ain't like you're gonna fall behind from anything. It ain't like you're gonna miss your chance, your boat. No, sometimes I'll have you veer off because it's someplace else you need to be at the time. So long story short, I guess the gist of it all is that whoever you are, I don't know what I mean. I figure, the human experience can be only so many different ways. And so you may not be going through this right now, but it may be something that you was experiencing in the past or maybe in the future, where you feel very frustrated and impatient with yourself, and you feel like you're getting pulled away and you can't do what you want to do all the time in the moment, because sometimes you're getting pulled, like you're getting pulled somewhere else. You just got to trust the process and stay present and go with the flow. Because I got a funny feeling if you take your time and reflect on times that didn't happen, where you might have gotten frustrated from something that you're getting pulled to do versus maybe something that your ego personality really wants you to be doing, that'll kind of like give you an ego boost or a quick dopamine hit. You might get derailed for the moment, but it was probably purposeful. If you reflect on it, it was purposeful. It was somewhere that you was needed at that time, that was bigger than you, maybe beyond you, and something that would maybe satisfy you in a moment. It's something you had to maybe sacrifice or postpone in the moment. But God needed you to go somewhere else and go do something else, go see something else. It's somewhere else you had to be at that moment. And if you reflect on it, you'll probably had an epiphany like I did. Because tonight I was pissed as shit, because I'm like, man, I slept till 10. I didn't get out here and try to do a little bit of driving until like 10, 11 at night. That's super late. And I was irritated, like, oh, hell no. But he was like, you need to stop. And secondly, you need to stop and record this video and stop chasing these little couple dollars, these twos and fews. Because at the end of the day, like I done already accepted that Lyft is not nothing that will retire anybody, period. It's just something you do as a little side hustle. What they say, do what you got to do so you can do what you want to do, right? But at the same time, he was like, I know you overslept and you think you got to catch up or do something like that. But no, stop and record this video in case there's somebody on the other end of this that's that's impatient with themselves, frustrated with themselves, is get frustrated with people, uh frustrated with life, frustrated with God, because sometimes you feel like, why am I getting detoured? Why is what I want to do getting intercepted all the time? Why can't I do what I want to do? Sometimes it's because God needs you to be somewhere else that potentially might can help somebody else in a bigger way. And whatever egoic dopamine hit that you might be about to get by going and satisfying your ego personality and going doing the other thing, no, right now he needs you to go over here, because you might be about to talk somebody off for taking a whole bunch of Tylenol. You might be about to give somebody a little bit of your time and attention, or either get emergency response to go and check on somebody or something like that that might need it, who was about to do something to harm themselves. Or you might, he used you in just these cool little divine ways, but at the time you be just pissed, and that's just the egoic personality for you. It just had you being irritated. But if you reflect, if you calm down, sometimes you'll just be able to see it more clearly, and maybe sometime in the moment you'll get the bigger picture and be like, okay, and you can let it go and not be as uptight and irritated about it. And sometimes you don't realize till later, like hindsight's 2020, how they say. But he just wanted me to share that with whoever you are. uh you always at the right place at the right time. You Everything is like divinely, it's no coincidence, it's all divinely guided and orchestrated, even if your ego personality is irritated and think otherwise. Well, that ain't the truth of what really happening behind the scenes and why things go the way they go. uh, and so he just wanted me to share that with you. He brought that up, and that's why you got to just be able to pause and reflect, so you won't get all wrapped up in your mind, and letting shit make you want to, if not crash out on nobody, make you want to crash out internally and be all up in your head, pissed off at your own self, being bullying your own self in your own mind about something that actually God had his hands all over it. Even though your mind, you might have felt like, no, I'm supposed to be doing this, and why do I need to go do this? Or you be questioning shit or whatever it might be. No, God got his hands all on it at the time you need it, wherever he be needing you to be at that time. And the details of it, you'll probably get the revelation of it later on. But you just go. Sometimes you got to go where you pulled, and even if it ain't necessarily what it make you the happiest at that moment, it's somewhere else you be needed, man. It's somewhere else you be needed, and it be sometimes somewhere else you need it, even if it means you got to like postpone something that you want to do just a little bit, long as it ain't a sacrifice that's really gonna hurt you. But it might be a sacrifice that hurt your little ego for a moment. But that's all right. He said, that's all right. But you just gotta lighten up on yourself and know that his hands is all on it. Every move, everything we be doing is something behind the scenes that's involved with it, in the decisions that we be making and stuff, and why we be getting pulled one way or another. But it's you just gotta lighten up and don't beat up on yourself with that stuff. That's all. I guess that's the main thing. And don't be no bully inside your head when shit don't go perfectly how you be thinking and planning for it to go. Like if you oversleep a little bit, well, evidently you was tired. So yeah, so then okay, now you got only 6 hours to do something that probably would have took you 12 hours or 16 hours to do. Well, it ain't no such thing as you ain't gonna be able to get all that done. So don't be sitting up there stressing out and beating yourself up because you couldn't work faster and get 12 hours worth of work done in 6. You got to just go with the flow, and whatever's left over, carry it over for the next day, and that's just that. And just lighten up. That's the main thing. Just lighten up, man. Because he brought me to this experience. One of the very last times that I remember ignoring the pool, I was getting pulled somewhere else, but I was determined to listen and do what my egoic personality wanted to do. The last time I did that, it was something I actually really had to heal over. It was when my mom, leading up to her departure, her death, about a year leading up to it. It was a situation where I had 3 classes left. I might have told this story before, but I had 3 classes left. And then I would have been able to graduate and be a nurse practitioner. But what happened was, about a year or so leading up to her death, for whatever reason, it was these couple classes out of these 3 classes I could not pass to save my damn life. Now, and in my egoic personality, determined as fucking like, I kept re-enrolling and retaking this class. And now, fast forward, the class got passed. Or no, I didn't never pass the class. I just ended up having to pull out the program, period, because then shortly after, my mama ended up dying and it was just too much going on. But long story short, I didn't realize at the time, my egoic personality didn't see it, but God saw something I didn't see. What I've come to understand about that situation was that the reason I kept flunking that class, them couple classes, was because God was trying to give me an opportunity to spend more time with my damn mama because he saw something I didn't see down the road. She was about to be out of here. But meanwhile, I'm wrapped up in them studies, and when you in grad school, that shit is heavy. It's heavy. It's a lot of homework, a lot of stuff you be doing. And so my time and attention was taken away from what I could have been spending with her. But my ego personality was just so determined to just knock them classes out, and it was in such a hurry to become a nurse practitioner. And although that's all good and it's great because it's a healing profession and all of that, and my intentions was pure, but also my ego was also driving me to want to force that and push that so heavy because it's like, having accolades and just how you feel, it boosts your egoic personality up to feel like, okay, yeah, academically, bam, bam, boom, boom, boom. And you'll keep pushing and pushing, but me not realizing and seeing, hey, there was an opportunity. I guess that's the way it is. Some stuff is just hindsight, this 2020. But that's an example of what happens when sometimes something be happening, like flunking something to be happening in your reality, and you be looking at it like it's something that you need to be pushing up against and constantly just straining it and pulling teeth and hair to just take care of and do, when actually if you zoom out, you might would have maybe got a glimpse of the possibility that your mom was a little sicker than maybe she was showing. And then you might would have been able to see that this is an opportunity actually to spend more time with her. But no, when your ego personality be loud like that, it'll have you do something like that. Like keep pushing to pass a class because your ego wants you to be a nurse practitioner so bad, so urgently, that it's not realizing that the reason you kept flunking them couple of classes was because God was trying to give you an opportunity to spend more time with her. You don't see that when you ran by your ego personality, and that's why it's important to keep that thing in check and to be somebody who can be a little more introspective and realize that sometimes when they say all like them little saying like rejection is God protection, or sometimes something is blocked for a reason, or sometimes you flunk something, or sometimes you let go of something is stuff. Everything happens for a reason, but sometimes if your ego is too unchecked and too loud, and you let it be the driver's seat of your life, you'll do something that you can't, you'll do things that you regret, or you'll put your time and energy in one place when and all along you should have been putting it somewhere else, but you don't realize it till later. So I guess I'm just sharing it with you in case you somebody who be struggling with that. Like, hey, that's why they say you have to listen and just trust where you led sometime, usually all the time if you can. And you just gotta lighten up and just try to be able to listen to that soft voice and just trust where you be guided to, because your ego personality is always going to be trying to make you be forceful and make you do some shit and knock out something because it's going to make it feel good. I don't know what that part of it. I guess that's just the darkest shadow, the carnal nature of us as a human being. It can put you in positions like that, and then you had them hindsight 2020 moments, and that can suck. And I don't wish it on anybody because I wouldn't. And the crazy part about that whole situation is I don't even want to be a nurse practitioner no more. I still got them 3 funky classes to take, but that's not what I want to do with my if I even go back into healthcare and do that. I don't care to finish that degree or any of that. Like, I'm so disconnected from that. And I don't know if it's because that was a traumatic ass experience for me after I had that revelation after she died. Like, oh shit, that was God trying to give me a chance to spend more time with her, and I didn't even see it because the egoic part of me worrying about maybe keeping up with my other nurse buddies. I don't know what the hell that was, but I was in so much desperation to just finish that program to where I didn't even capture the fact that, hey, there was an opportunity to spend more time with my mama. That's why I kept flunking the fucking class, so I can be out for a couple of semesters, because God knew that he was about to take her. I couldn't see it, and she couldn't even see it, because she was telling me, Chris, whatever you do, you finish school, and here she all in rehab and everything. You go to school. Not even so, she didn't even see it coming, really either. But that's what happened when that ego will drive you to do something, and sometimes you can't even see the blessing in some things. The blessing in the thing that might look like a failure. It might not be a failure. It might just be something that's rerouting you, detouring you for a second, because there's something else about to happen. And so I don't want nobody to have to go through that and have them kind of hindsight 2020 moments, because that sucks. That really do suck. So just know you always at the right place at the right time, and whatever be going on, even if it's like a failure or a fire or whatever, you get let go from a job, whatever the hell it be, God be moving you, and things, life, it'd be like a big ass puzzle piece, and things be getting shifted around like they be needing to be getting shifted around. Even if your egoic personality, your logical, analytical mind can't understand it at the time. Some stuff you ain't going to be able to understand at the time. But you just got to try to flow a little bit and not be, but what they say, don't be swimming against the stream. Don't do that all. I mean, sometimes things require your grit and for you to tap into your masculine energy and push. But sometimes you got, and I guess that's the gift of discernment, and that's why it's so important to work on it. I don't got it down packed. I be trying to listen to my higher self and and know when it's time to do and versus be and all of that. And I imagine ain't nobody really got that 100% down packed, but it's always something to be intentional and working on, because you don't want to get tricked out your spot. You don't want to be having an unnecessary just chaos in your head. You don't want to be dealing with nothing unnecessary if you ain't got to. And so the better you get with that, that's all good. But I just want to hop on here and share that though, because I showed that I overslept tonight, and I thought, damn it. And then I started rushing around, and then even now it's 4 something in the morning. God was like, stop and record this video and stop thinking you about to be chasing and making these twos and fews, driving these people around when I want you to. Can you put your egoic personality to the side, Crystal, for a moment, and not be trying to do something that's self-satisfying, and go ahead and share this, what I put on your heart to share, in case there's anybody who on the other side of the screen who deal with impatience and frustration and be tearing themselves up in their mind, bullying themselves because they be feeling like they not where they need to be. They running late, they behind on something, they not keeping up. They should be further, they should be doing something different than what they're doing right now. Somebody need to hear that, no, you actually are right where you need to be. And so he told me that. Put them couple dollars that you think you need to be making. Stop and go and talk about this. Because people be going through that shit, and that shit can drive somebody up the wall, making them feel like they not good enough. They not just overall like you're not worthy of something or something like this. And that's the shit that make people want to hurt themselves. So stop, lift and wait for a while and go and talk about that. Because first of all, you inherently good enough, because you're a child of God and you're a divine being having a human experience. So that makes you inherently enough, even if you didn't do shit, right? Because you're coming from some divine. So now everything else is icing on top of the cake. But sometimes when you have a little divine detour and it's something that's against what you maybe want to do, you getting pulled some other direction, it's because God be trying to use you to do something else. It might be to help somebody else, to prevent something over here. Well, so what? So just follow that, and it's all right. It's all good. You always right where you need to be. Period. You just have to trust in something that you being divinely guided in all aspects of your life, even in times when your egoic personality can't understand it. You just got to know that, and that'll save you frustration, and that'll save you from having your internal critic rev up and get all loud and shit, like you behind. Who you behind? Who? No, you doing what you need to do in the moment, because whatever it is and wherever you're at and what you got going on, that's what they say. God blesses people in the portion He pleases. So wherever you at in your life and whatever is going on and however He got you moving, whatever you're doing, whatever decisions you're making, that's where you need to be at the moment, because that's where you are in your consciousness, and He ain't gonna give you more than you can handle. He ain't gonna flood you with all the shit you've been praying and wanting to do and be and have, and then you ain't even consciously, psychologically ready for it, because then you ain't gonna do nothing but squander it all, lose it all. So at all times, and whatever's happening, whatever you might not have at the moment that you wish you did and all that, no, it's all working out. Because wherever you at is where you are consciously, and what they say, as within, so without. So whatever is going on externally in your external environment is it's just representing what's going on with you internally. And so it's in sync. It's right where it need to be. So you just gotta just lighten up and just trust that. Trust that. Don't be getting frustrated with yourself. That's fucked up. And He probably giving you an opportunity too. That's why He's like, pay attention, man. Because a lot of times it'd be an opportunity. It'd be something He'd be trying to give you an opportunity with, or somewhere He just, just be patient. Just be patient with yourself in the process, and just try to stay present and enjoy the journey. Because there's always something bigger going on, especially when you feel like you don't understand it. It's something bigger behind the scenes that'll be happening. You'll catch it later. Trust that. So I love y'all, whoever you are. If you come across this, yep, you're always right where you need to be. You gotta just know that. Don't worry about this. Ding, 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 ding. Damn. I just love y'all though, whoever you are. Uh, and I guess he just let me, God be letting me go through some weirdo shit so that I can get my balls bust, and then I just had to hop on here and share it with y'all. Damn. But I guess that's the way it is, and I guess that's the way it's supposed to be in some ways. Hey, somebody got to be the, fuck, I don't even know what that's called. But you know how it is. Like, sometimes he'll let you learn a lesson, let you learn something, see something. And even if it's something that put the kibosh on you, and then you share what you learn. Hey, wouldn't that be cool if the people, a lot of us did that? But sometimes it'd be hard to be like straight up though, and hopping on here like, man, guess what? God just bust my balls again. And let me tell you what I learned. And you just spill the beans. I think that's probably a better way to utilize social media versus tearing each other down. Let me tell you what I learned. What just happened to me that just uh broke my damn heart. Let me just share you so then you won't make the same mistake. That's what we need to be doing, right? So here it is. So I'm gonna try to do a little bit better with hopping on here and just sharing some of this old weird shit be going down. Because I mean it's then yeah, it's no such thing. Everything is always working out. Ain't no such thing as failure, none of that shit. It's all like lessons. We all here to just grow and evolve. What they say, we all just here to walk each other back home. That's what we doing. That's what we supposed to be doing. Here to walk each other back home. Ain't that something? So, oop, there it is. So be kind to yourself, okay? Don't be bullying yourself in your damn head. Turn that shit off. And don't you be around nobody who will even make you think that that's what you're supposed to be doing. That shit got to go. Okay, you right where you need to be. Okay? Just believe it and know it. You are. We all are, man. And I like when he kind of reveals stuff to me and help me. I don't know. Sometimes he'll reveal something to me and help me come out of my head and get off myself. Because then it just feels so good. Like, oh, shit. Thank you. Thank you. Because I was about to go motherfucking ham. I was about to go crack. And that's probably why he let me get diagnosed with MS, too. Because MS has got a funny way of slowing my ass down. Because then he want to see how I'm going to act. How I'm going to act. Because he is, I guess he's more determined to be sure that I ain't bullying myself and shit like that. Mad about the fact that I need to take a damn nap sometime. He gonna make sure of that, because that's probably something I had a wound I gotta just heal and just learn, get over. Hey, you ain't in control of as much as you think you are. Period. So, and he gonna keep letting me have experiences, whether it be I can't get the hair wrap right, and that slow down something that I want to be doing where I didn't spend an extra 10 minutes. You gonna get frustrated with that. So he allowing a little weirdo shit to happen. I be like, God damn. Want me to learn that lesson about patience and divine timing, and you ain't in control of shit. Not like that. Ain't none of us, any of us who our ego make you think, oh, you running the show. You ain't running nothing. There's some divine behind the scenes running it. It is. Oh, hey. So, and I missed turtles. And let me see. And Abba 007. Hi. Everything's well. I feel better too that I got this out, even if I'm not for sure if I'm rambling or not, because I am a little bit tired. Either way, I was like, a little bit of drive I've been doing since about 11. I was like irritated and uneasy and just feeling like, ugh, like I just didn't feel like doing it for whatever reason. I just was like, ugh. And I know part of it had to do with me not taking action and sharing that he put on my heart about feeling like you're not where you need to be, or being further, you can't do what you were doing in the moment when you will do something different and be having a little divine. He wanted me to talk about that earlier than now, and that's why I've been feeling all irritated. When you don't move when he wants you to move, he gonna let you be irritated till you do what he wants you to do. That's what that be. Yep, that's exactly what that be. He'll let you get irritated until you do it. I think that might be at the core of a lot of people's discontent anyway. Because a lot of times, I mean, I feel like your higher self, your soul, with your soul knowing your higher self, it be usually in alignment with what God be wanting you to do and what he be talking about. But then you got your egoic personality, your logical mind to come in here and be trying to, they be having all these implanted perspectives and ideas So you got these two sides of yourself. But a lot of times you can become real discontent when you don't follow through with what your higher self and what your soul know, because that's aligned with what God be talking about. So you have this dissonance that be going on inside you, and of course that's what can make you that'll make you miserable, because you're not in alignment. You're not in alignment. Like at some point you gotta get. I mean, and this is something I'm working on. I don't got that shit down pat. But at some point you have to get to where you are, where your higher self and your lower self is in alignment, right? So your egoic personality, you done resolved and reconciled and healed all majority of the aspects of your egoic personality, so that you don't have those. You don't be running up against it when your higher self or when God tell you to do something and move. You won't get that friction, because that's what that be. That be the dissonance there inside you, because your ego be like fearful of something that your soul and your higher self and God know you ain't got no business being fearful about. You have this dissonance because your ego will make you pause and not do something or not take action on something, but then your higher self, your who you really are at the core, be wanting you to do it. So it just be having all this whole bullshit going on inside you. But the goal is to be in alignment where pretty much everything you be doing be coming from your higher self, and you being led through that, and not just your egoic logical mind that is a product of the world and ideas and perspectives that's been programmed and conditioned into you. You're supposed to be able to move from your soul, from your higher self. And so, but yeah, so that I was supposed to have made this little bitty post here earlier, and I was wondering why I was feeling so irritated and like uneasy inside. Didn't really want to drive, and it was because I didn't fucking do this. See, so that's what happened. So if you somebody also who be dealing with feeling like real discontent and irritated, don't know why, just got this funny feeling, just feeling like something ain't right. Oh, I don't know what it is. Something got to change. Something got to change. That's what it be when you feel like something ain't right in my life right now. It ain't right. Something got to change. Something got to be different. I don't know what it is. That's why you got to sit with yourself and figure it out. Because a lot of times that's because your head and your heart is not in alignment. That's what it be. Your ego, your head be want to do one thing, and your heart and soul and spirit and God, your higher self be on something totally different. And until you become in alignment where you can be led through your heart space, your God's, your God self, your higher self, you gonna have that friction, because it's almost like that's your inner child trying to tell you that you ignoring something. You ignoring a part of yourself. You muting it down, trying to do something else that's got something to do with group think or some other shit like that. And it is not in alignment with the truth and your higher self and what your heart and soul know. So if you feel discontent and irritated, like something's got to change in my life, I'm not happy, that's what it be. It be that dissonance. So that's why I just look at that too. Take your time if you get a chance. Look at that. I don't have it down pat, but I sure as hell be working on it, because I mean, the more you get in alignment where your head and your heart is on one accord, the less suffering you got. Honestly, the less at least mental anguish. It'll minimize the mental anguish. So I just thought I'd share that, because that's something that I'm realizing the more that I'm on this journey and trying to reconcile shit within myself. I'm like, oh, that's why. Because my ego is believing something that's a lie, which I understand, because it's something that's been programmed in me, a perspective that I've been taught to believe and think about who I am or my worldview. But then in the meantime, my heart and soul be knowing the truth. It's a whole nother truth that be your higher self be knowing about. And it's just interesting. But you gotta like be still so it can come up to the surface, so you can realize that shit. Realize that that's why you're feeling like that. So anyway, y'all have a good day, and I love y'all. Hopefully something I said made sense to somebody, whoever needed to hear it. Just be kind to yourself and don't be bullying yourself. You always right where you need to be. Period. And just know it and believe it, okay? Lighten up. Okay. Y'all have a good Wednesday. Have a good hump day. Sorry if the phone's shaky because I had to hold it. So, okay, bye y'all. I might come back, I don't know, but I had to get that out. And I feel so much better. So, okay, bye. Toodaloo. Let me see. How do I hit that right there? I think it's right. Okay. See y'all later. Bye.